Hello friends, Fujosevich here. Welcome back to another Dragon Reno Priest deck. A bit of a mouthful, but that's alright. So this is the deck where we are looking to curve out with our, very polite opponents. Oh boy, and here we go. First Dragon Priest game. We get to see what this is all about. Dragon Priest. I mean Pirate Warrior. This is definitely not my first Dragon Priest game. So we are looking to curve out with our slightly overstated minions, controlling the game with some of the priest interactive, or depending how you look at it, non-interactive spells and abilities, Shadow Word, Pains, Deaths, Entombs, Holy Novas, as well as the newly included, oh, that's actually maybe a card, but we'll see what we get. If we get a 4-drop, I think we have to take the 4-drop here and then not coin anything out, because we are going to be looking to coin out a 3-5 next turn, I believe, unless we get a taunt. Well, that's kind of terrifying, there's no doubt about it. Ooh! This is only 5 on board. And so, I mean, I take 5 to face now, right? So the question is now, do I want to use my Power Word Shield just to cycle, or do I want to use it to actually save it for something like a taunt? And I think I'll save it, because I can buff up this pretty reasonably next turn now. If we get that opportunity, that is. I think if this warrior is able to remove our Doomsayer, we could be in real trouble, but I think the list that I've been seeing people talk about online, if this is just 5 to face, this is honestly one of the best results for us, and that's also a really good pickup. So now the question is, do we want to play... I think we're going to play a bigger minion. And we have dragons in hand, so we're happy with this. Ooh. Murgle. I kind of like my hero power here. I'm going to take a Korkron to be nice and chargy next turn if we need it. And then we can also charge and buff it up. So that'll be a 5 mana 4/5 charge. Golden as well. So golden obviously lets us trade for some extra value, which is always nice. So we're looking for a couple cards. Obviously we want to be seeing a Reno soon. Yeah, that's okay. We'll trade this down every day. That's unfortunate for us. So now we definitely have some options. Okay, so we're going to Dirty Rat into Dragonfire, but later. What I'm thinking is we just attack in here and then Holy Nova. Because we have this other big AoE, maybe our opponent's going to think that they got us. And think, oh, now we can just flood the board and win that way. And it's also 2 healing. Now, the 2 healing's a lot less important. But I really like this play. Just because I feel like the Draconoid operative is going to continue to be able to trade with our opponent. And then in one more turn, once we hit turn 7, we can either throw down Chilma, or we can throw down Dirty Rat with a dragon. That's actually kind of upsetting. But I think we'll survive, yeah. And I can just heal that damage away. So now we can Korkron and heal, and not feel bad. And now the great thing is we have a nice juicy acidic swamp ooze in case he wants to throw out a weapon and upgrade it and do all sorts of silly things like that. Well, guess what? It's going to disappear. Oh, another Argent Commander. That's definitely not excellent for us. But we do have Chilma, so what's he pointing now? Heroic Strike, maybe? That's not what we want to see. That's for sure. And this is definitely one of the more scary cards. I don't think we have a choice here. This is a 4/5/6. So if he wants to just trade in, he totally can. I think the scariest thing for us to see now would be another Korkron Elite, to be honest with you. If one of his own Korkron Elites. Because if he's able to do that, then he'd be able to clear the Chilma. And the Chilma's Death Rattle would only take away the Divine Shield and our Argent Commander friend here. Which then becomes a problem because we don't have any other way to deal 2 damage reliably. And this is at least a similar result to that of a Korkron Elite. Kind of scary. Kind of scary. And obviously we can't be stealing that. But I don't know how we would allow this to continue, so maybe we have to dirty rat here. That would honestly be a not ideal move, I think. Because I think there could be some scary things that would come down here, right? But sometimes I think you just gotta go for it. Yeah, not the end of the world. So as long as our opponent doesn't get any massive draw going for them, I think we'll be able to start really controlling the game. And I feel like I've been repeating that basically for the past 5.5 minutes. But that's basically this matchup, I think, in a nutshell. I think this is kind of a very characteristic matchup between these two styles of decks. Between these two styles of decks, and then obviously between these two decks in particular. Our opponent's health total really doesn't matter. Arcanite Reaper really matters. And I think we're about to punish if he doesn't attack, especially if he doesn't attack. And he's waiting, he's looking me up, he's saying, "Are you streaming? Can I snipe your hand? Do you have weapon removal?" But luckily, well, not luckily, but I'm not streaming, so you'll never find out, Tony the Bully. And I'd love to just play Ysera, but we have to do it this way. And I think we'll go ahead and buff this all the way up. And what are we going to draw? Anything sweet? That's pretty sweet. And we'll heal ourselves again. So now we still have actually a couple options for next turn. We can do silences, although there's nothing really that massive in this sort of warrior deck that we're going to be expecting to silence. We have Ysera if our opponent passes. And then we have buffs, and we can steal something small in the event that that sort of happens. Mortal Strike yourself, and it looks like our opponent gave up, so... And that's basically, I think, how this matchup really works. It's a bit of a war of attrition. You have to be able to heal yourself up while at the same time dealing with your opponent's minions so that they're not able to burst you down. Get to the point where they have to be trading off your minions, because especially in this deck, you have these large overstated minions that they do have to deal with. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you want to see more, feel free to subscribe. And I'll see you next time.